Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pot Smoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Hebrew book of the Christian Bible. I use the King James Version of the Christian Bible in order to put together the prophecy of Israel, which is foretelling us exactly what's happening right now. Current events are playing out the prophecy as we speak. The three main elements are President Donald Trump, COVID 19, and Black Lives Matter. Now, today's episode is about the controversy of Zion, which involves all three, which is Black Lives Matter in particular, but which involves COVID 19 and Donald J. Trump. Now, the passages that I'm going to read to you today, I have two of them. One is Isaiah 34:8, which says, "For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion." And this names the year that all this happens as the year of the controversy of Zion. And the controversy of Zion is pretty much explained in the 29th chapter of the book of Isaiah and the 16th verse, which says, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he hath no understanding?" So the first part of that is telling you the controversy of Zion is the fact that I'm flipping everything upside down socially, making that which society claims to be evil, drug use, into righteousness. And the money making society that we live in is evil. Pot is good, money's evil, instead of the other way around, where this society thinks that money is good and pot is evil. Now, the people who use drugs, the potheads, they're the ones that are made. Literally, the prophecy of Israel states that God will create a people through a set of laws that have absolutely nothing to do with anything. They're totally made up. And they suppress these people without cause. And the suppression is what purifies them, makes them acceptable to the gray, because the oppression molds them into the kind of people that the gray intended us to be to begin with. So, potheads, the evil drug users of society, are now the chosen people of God, created through the oppression of drug use to become the best people on earth. That's controversial. That potheads are more moral, more just, more righteous than any other people on earth, including and up to and specifically the Christians. Who are those that are framed? Now, the framed ones are represented by Donald J. Trump and his moneyed society, where money is God, and anybody who has it is like a god. That's what Trump and the United States of America represents. Hypocrisy, plain and simple. You are the ones who are framed. You're framed because you're the ones that set up the situation that created a society that was capable of creating laws that were just poof made up out of your own fucking stupid heads to suppress a people that have never even existed. You created people to oppress. That is how we were made. There was never a people called Zion before 1939, when the United States government, that which was framed, set up a bunch of laws that were unconstitutional, had no basis in fact, and was designed specifically to create a portion of the population whose only usefulness was to go to prison. Those who were made, framed by the evil, wicked, Christian, white supremacist society that we call corporate America, or that I call corporate America. You call it the United States of America, the greatest nation on earth. Where else on earth would you rather live? Well, Canada for one, England for another, Germany for another, Australia for another, New Zealand for another. All of these places are better than America, at least from what I understand. Now, some of those are from my heritage, but everybody wants to go back to where their parents came from. But anyway, the point is, the United States of America was created with this purpose of becoming exactly what it is, the most foul, heartless, soulless nation on earth, with the capacity to force hardworking, career people out onto the streets to live in boxes for the simple fact that their company downgraded. This is my controversy with America, with Christians, and with the world. God says that all us low-life fucking pothead hippies are righteous. We're forgiven of our sins. Our sins are purged. You, on the other hand, follow a false God that is an idol. It's called the cross. And you have created a government so amoral and self-centered that you don't even follow your own rules. Now, Trump blatantly follows no rules but his own. He's the prime example of why America are fools and hypocrites and why they're going down. Because they think that money is what makes the world go round. They claim the cross is their God. Jesus will come and save me. No, he won't. He told you. Another will come after him, who is like him, and you should follow that person. That's what Jesus actually tells you in the New Testament. But do you listen? No. You think that he's going to come floating down in a cloud, and he's going to lift you up and take you someplace else where there's all a bunch of mansions waiting for you. Isn't that what you believe? That's what I was taught when I was a kid. Well, there's a few problems with that scenario. One, Jesus died 2,000 years ago. How the fuck is he going to come back? As a ghost? Or, as he suggested, as another man with another name? Those are your two choices. Because the body that espoused Jesus Christ's, whatever the fuck you want to call him, no longer exist. He died 2,000 years ago. Where's his body? He can't inhabit his body. It's a skeleton by now. So you're fools. The Bible, the actual prophecy, says that a woman who calls herself Zion, who established herself in a court of law and served a prison sentence and wrote and published a book without using money, would come and say, hey, COVID-19 is killing us because we don't have any air to breathe. Trump is killing us because we're in the streets because of police brutality. And what are you gonna do? Are you gonna be slaughtered by Trump's minions? Are you gonna crawl back to your poor poverty holes and die of COVID-19 or poverty? Are you going to listen to God and do as he has foretold 3,000 years ago? He said, I'm going to send you a woman who can't have children, who sings. And she's going to say, let's go camping. And everybody who wants to survive COVID-19 and Trump and global warming and hell should come to her. You can all go camping, set up a new form of government, secede from the Union, create a mountain kingdom, be surrounded by your enemies. But because you have help from heaven, you will not only survive, but you will thrive. So, while you are creating a society where only the best craftsmanship is allowed to be established, where you will have all the food you can eat, all the air you can breathe, your children will be safe, you will all have jobs in careers that you choose. And you get to be part of the greatest adventure of all, the survival of the human race. As opposed to Trump and his possible takeover, which would make you his slave, or Biden and his back to same old same old. In other words, back to the same conditions that allow police brutality to happen in the first place. Back to, if you've got all the money, you have all the toys. If you don't have all the money, you got shit. Because Biden still espouses the corporate American way of life, where the corporations have all the power, all the authority, all the money, and all the jobs. And if you don't work for a corporation or abide by the corporate rules, the police will come down on you. Take everything that you can't afford, that you don't have to begin with, leave you nothing, and not fucking give a shit, because Biden is not going to address the homeless people in the streets any more than Trump or Obama did. But guess what? Zion's going to take care of that, because I'm telling you, bring the homeless with you when you come to the tents. We'll set them up with their own tents if you don't want them in your house. So let the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. And let them teach you right from wrong. May you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Stay happy, people. Stay high. Know that I love you. Find your joy and pursue it with all that you have, because it's all that you have. Come to your tents, camp with me. Later, because I'll never say goodbye.